Joe, good morning.
Good morning, Katie.
How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good. How was your weekend?
Very nice, thank you. Yours?
Yes, it was great. So thanks for joining me today on the couch. Welcome back to Katie on the Couch, and today I am joined by Joe, one of our successful agents, and Joe has kindly made the time to come and give me a bit of an insight into his experience at Prestige Luxury Real Estate. So thank you, Joe.
Thanks for having me, Katie.
Great. I would love to know why you kind of decided to get into real estate then.
Yeah, I mean, my background has been mostly in technology throughout my career. And then I really enjoyed the relationship management aspect of it, to be honest. I enjoy building things, but I also really enjoyed forming partnerships and working with people and meeting people that I admired. So I ended up being very good at the partnership side of the business. And then that just translated really well into client-facing positions. So I did a short a year in advertising, and then I transitioned into real estate when I decided to move to Dubai.
Fantastic. Well, that's kind of answered my next question. I was going to ask, what kind of skills do you feel like have been beneficial for you when you've made that transition into real estate? But I guess relationship building is like fundamental for the role. Is there anything else that you feel that has benefited you when you've made that move?
Well, working in a tech startup, the hours were really brutal.
Yeah.
So I'm used to working all day. So that's been absolutely fine because the days are long in real estate.
Yes, they can be.
Yeah, they can be. It's really a 24/7 job. You might have to pick up the phone in the weekend, at the evenings. You might have viewings. You might have questions to answer, contract questions, things with people in different time zones. So you really have to be available all the time. But I think that probably the best thing that I brought from my previous positions in other industries is just having an analytical mindset and looking at properties, looking at the numbers and the data and trying to understand what the reality is of the market. That's what I really enjoy doing. And it's something that I think clients really enjoy reading. They really like having the actual information.
The detail,
Yeah, the details.
Okay, great. Well, you mentioned about how real estate can be a kind of round-the-clock job. And I know that you're a family man. So how on earth do you balance being a dad, being a husband, and also being a full-time real estate agent?
Yeah, it's tricky. I guess the thing that takes the biggest hit is your sleep, which is really bad because you really need to sleep.
Yeah.
But I wake up early, so I wake up around 5:30, sometimes 5. My son wakes up extremely early as well, so I'm with him until I leave for work, which is at about 7:45 usually, because I live about 30 minutes away. So I feed him his breakfast, I hang out with him, and then I come back from work. I usually leave about 6. I get home, I put him to bed, read him a few stories, and then I go back to work after I have my dinner. So I spend 2 slots of the day with him, when he wakes up and when he goes to bed, and then I spend the whole weekend with him, if I can.
Great. So you've got a solid routine. So you'd say that's probably key to making sure you've got time for all of the important parts of your life.
Yeah, being good at time management is a very good skill if you want to get into real estate. Having a work-life balance is probably one of the biggest challenges if you want to really make a lot of sales, because you have to be available. But then being home and being present is a challenge because you're always thinking about what's going on. Even if you're not actually at work, you're still thinking about work. So being able to switch off is a good skill, and managing your time is also a very good skill.
Okay, well, clearly you've been doing it well. Perhaps if we get any other agents join us that are, coming here with their family, you can give them some advice on how to juggle everything that you've got going on with work as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Sponsoring your spouse, bringing over your baby as well. There's a lot of things to think about. There's a process, but we have someone at the company who helped me out quite a lot with all of that. Getting him into the right nurseries. Now he's going to school, signing up to that. We were lucky because we had friends here already. And so we moved somewhere where one of my wife's best friends already lives. And so she also had some pointers for us. Like we were able to get some...
It makes it that bit easier, doesn't it? Just having some advice on the ground, people that have been doing it already for maybe a couple of years.
Yeah. Having friends here, having a bit of local knowledge really helped. And then, everyone here at the company is very good with the moving over process. Had a lot of support from us as well.
Okay, great. Glad to hear it. Okay, Joe, so tell me a bit about your area of expertise and why you chose that area.
So when I joined the company, I was one of the first members of the Palm team.
Okay.
And the managing director of the company, Sean, he has spent about nearly a decade in Dubai. He's a top agent, and his specialty was on shoreline, on the Palm.
As we hear about this all the time, he's very proud of how successful he was on the Palm.
Yeah. So I've been the benefactor of all of his knowledge. And so I moved into shoreline, a little bit of Golden Mile, marina residences, and then a little bit further up. So that's really my specialty area. But I've been lucky that I've had opportunities all over the Palm. I've met a lot of really interesting people. It's a very diverse place full of expats and people from loads of different countries, and lots of different properties as well.
Of course. You've got a bit more variety on the Palm than you do in, say, Marina or downtown, because you've got the villas, you've got apartments. It's quite a nice mixture, I guess. Is that what you've found? Yeah,
I mean, there's loads of different kinds of properties on the Palm. Coming from an island myself, it's always nice to be by the beach.
Yes.
So I've always, I enjoy that aspect of the Palm. It's very picturesque as well.
It's very resort-like. I think no matter when I go to the Palm, I immediately feel like I'm on holiday, even if, I'm going to work the next day.
Absolutely.
It just has that atmosphere and it's gorgeous, obviously.
Yeah, you can go on little staycay trips there on the weekends if you don't want to fly abroad. You can, plenty of resorts, plenty of hotels, beach clubs, bars, restaurants, swimming pools, everything. It really has everything.
Got it all.
Yeah.
So I know that Sean is very passionate about the Palm, as we mentioned before, and his plan is to be the dominating team on the Palm. Is that something that you are now quite passionate about as well, having your experience there?
Absolutely. I mean, look, there's a lot of competition in Dubai, especially on the Palm. But we're getting a real foothold there now. Meeting all of the owners there, all of the property owners, the homeowners, all of the people that live on the Palm, being a part of the community, being present there, it really helps. The longer you spend there, the more familiar everybody is with you. I mean, that's how Sean really dominated for all of those years.
Okay, excellent. Great, Joe. So I feel like I've now got more of a well-rounded idea as to how you ended up here and what you've been doing so far. But for any new agents that are thinking about joining the industry or joining our team, what do you think makes a good agent, or what kind of advice would you have for them?
I think there's lots of ways to be a good agent here. The job is so broad, there's so many different skills that you need, and you can't be good at everything, but when you've done it for a while, you start to realize what you should really spend your time on, what's beneficial for you to double down on, and what things you should leave. And so, there's only so many hours in a day. Even if you work 12 hours a day, that's still not that much time, actually. So once you start off, you start to realize what you're good at. You start to realize what's effective for you, what's a worthwhile area to invest your time into. And just like every job, we're all different people, the clients are all different, the problems are all different. So, some people are really good with clients, some people are really relentless with the sales aspect of it, some people are very good marketers. There's lots of different areas that you can be good at, but once you find out what you are good at, you can really make the most of it.
Capitalize on that.
Absolutely, because you really do have to choose what to spend your time on every day, because the days just disappear so quickly.
I think it's a Dubai thing. I find that my time flies past here. Like I blink and it's 4 o'clock on the day already. So obviously you feel the same. Maybe it's just the industry and the fact that we are so busy and it's constant. But great, thank you so much for the advice. I'll certainly be sharing it with any of the new agents that I'm speaking with.
Thanks, Katie.
So that's it for today's episode of Katie on the Couch. Joe, thank you so much for coming on the couch today.
You're welcome.
It's been a pleasure. And stay tuned for next week, where we're going to be doing a Q&A session. So send in any questions that you may have for me or an agent at the company, and we'll address them next week. Have you ever been to laughing yoga?
No.
You walk around the room and everyone's forced to laugh. For an hour.
Mandatory laughter. For an hour.
For an hour. Good.